This week I'm wondering, how can I, as an individual contributor, actually help our organization, and even thinking about my family context, how can I help us to achieve the results that are necessary to meet our goals and also retain talent? I'm a huge fan and subscriber to Manager Tools, which they have a podcast, and they do some blogging and some communications and different seminars and things for people managers. Now, I'm not a people manager currently, but I do subscribe to that idea that the two main primary drivers for people managers are to achieve results and retain talent. But we have, and I have, the ability to actually support those two objectives as an individual contributor too. And so do you in your family context. Maybe if you manage an organization of volunteers outside of work or in your workplace as well. And so I'm wondering this week, how do I actually do that? As I've contemplated that just briefly, there's three things that come to mind for me. Number one, how do I communicate with a person who I have influence over, right? And again, they're not directly reporting to me, but there's somebody who is a talented person with whom I work with or relate to that can help achieve results in my life or in my business context. And there's two parts to that. So that's really number one is, how do I listen? Am I listening with a viewpoint of, what are their lenses? Where are they coming from? Am I naturally empathetic to their role, their position, maybe their team, or what their drivers are? And then number two is, how do I speak and communicate with that person? Am I cognizant again of what their drivers are, and do I communicate in a way that actually is meeting their needs and consistently aware of what their lenses are? And if I'm able to communicate correctly, I'm probably going to have a better connection with them to help retain them as a valuable relationship. And I'm not meaning this in a very manipulative way. I'm just meaning it in a genuine, very, very genuine and authentic way to relate to someone well. Am I actually speaking to them in a way that they'll understand? And that is what they need to hear and how they need to hear it in order to communicate effectively. And then number three, beyond just that communication, how I hear it and then how I speak, is what action am I taking to champion their concerns, to champion their ideas, and take those forward in my own sphere of influence and my other spheres of influences. So am I actively listening, hearing, and then willing to actually come to the table as an advocate and as a supportive person in their own journey and in their own desire to achieve their own results in their life? Because at the end of the day, we're all trying to achieve results in our personal lives and in our corporate and our professional lives as well. I hope this has been helpful to you. It's something that's current and top of mind to me.